Baby, on the beats.
We got it covered. Everything sports related. I'ma speak my mind. You can love it or hate. We got it covered. Everything Lamar. Welcome to Roll Call. You know who we are. We got it covered. We got it covered.
What is going on? Welcome back to another edition of the Road Pod. And it's your man Hendel here with my special guest.
Yes.
Rodney.
Nothing special about me being on here, but thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Anytime.
Listen, you guys, we have been scouring the catacombs looking for just information just to pass on to you guys. Like, you just don't know the depths that we had to go through, the dumpsters, the trash cans. But we found a couple of things to talk about. Hopefully,
all handle. I don't go anywhere near a catacomb, man. That's creepy. It's not my thing.
Okay, well, hopefully it's some information that you would like to hear. But before we start, listen, we are live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, not that other one. We also are live on YouTube. We also are in audio form. So wherever you get your audio podcast from, Apple, Spotify, it doesn't make a difference. Make sure you go over there, give it a listen, and give me those 5 stars because I'm a very competitive person and I like ranking. I like looking on good pods and seeing that I'm somewhere up at the top. You know what I mean?
Right. And if you want to give it less than 5 stars, just keep that to yourself. Who does that to podcasters?
Haters.
Haters indeed.
Haters indeed. Yes. What does it hurt to give somebody just swipe all the way to the right, give them 5, and go about your day?
Like, listen, if you're talking about one of them podcasts that's doing millions of downloads every week, man, speak what you feel. But if you're talking about podcasters trying to come up, why are you gonna hit them with a something below a 5-star? That's just petty, is what that is. And y'all ain't petty.
Y'all ain't petty.
No.
Whoa! What is going on? I'm sorry.
What's going on?
He showed up 3 minutes late just so that I would be on screen because you know I was going to leave if you came over here.
Oh, I don't know. I just saw the link.
I'm not understanding.
How you fellas doing?
Oh, well, and yourself?
Doing well. I just got back in the house not too long ago. It was perfect timing.
Yes, it was. I'm glad that you could join us.
What are we talking about today?
Tonight we're talking about a couple things, little things here and there, nothing real heavy, something that, it's going to get us in and out. We got the new format, streamline, hit these topics, bada boom, bada bing, bada bang.
That's what I love to hear.
He said give him a tight 25. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see who we got in the house. Of course, first, we got Brandon Bazel. Appreciate you for stopping by. We got King Dan in the house. What's going on?
Salute.
This dude called Bateman Anthony Davis of the NFL. Not just yet, bro. Not just yet.
He's the champion now, so.
Facts. We got Ferris in the house. What's going on? He said we should have went live right after Mike did. We don't do that over here.
Speaking of Mike Bazel, did you hit him up about doing your before and after interviews?
This is facts.
I know he's waiting to hear from you.
This is facts. Y'all need to set up a date when you're available so you can get that done. Mr. J's in the house. What's going on, Mr. J? Appreciate you for dropping by. Clot's in the house.
What up?
What's going on, Clot? Osmond, what's going on? Appreciate y'all. All right, we're going to jump into this real quick so we can get on out of here. I don't plan on being here all night because Brodney has some things to do. That's right. So let's jump into this first topic that we have here. Ravens training camp. Give me your thoughts on what you're looking for Ravens training camp. Ravens training camp starts on July 26th. It runs through August 18th. They're going to hold 18 open practices to the public, the first being July 29th. At M&T Bank Stadium. They're going to have 2 scrimmages with the Washington Commies and on the 15th and 16th, I believe, of August. So is there anything that you gentlemen, is there anything, Jose, that you're looking for coming up in this training camp?
I actually think I'm going to camp again this year. I got to talk to my friend, the other coach, Coach Jay. He got me and E tickets last year. We went. And I think some of Ravens personnel was vetting us a little bit. This guy came to us. I don't think I told the story on air, but we were sitting in the bleachers, and they give you this program. It has all the players practicing the numbers and everything like that. But we were I guess a little too into practice, right? And he was asking like, well, whose number this is and that? And I was like, oh, that's Falele, or that's so and so. And this guy came right up to E. Started asking him, and E also, if you guys don't know, E he shoots some of our stuff, whatever. So E actually knew some of the people that were on the camera over there, right? Because he worked with them in certain different jobs, whatever. So this guy comes right up to E. We're all the way up in the top. He comes up to E and just like he only started talking to him. He's just like, so who are those guys? You guys scouts, right? He was like, no, I film for a local university here, and Jose does a podcast. He's like, what kind of podcast? All right. And he's like, oh yeah, Lunch Break Hot Take, they do Ravens and Panthers. And he's like, why Panthers? All right, like I reached over, I gave him a card. I was like, look, my brother's a Panthers fan, I'm a Ravens fan. Just check it out or whatever. Right. So he's like, oh, okay. He looked at the card, he got up and walked away. All right. So I feel like
it's history. We've never had a Ravens player on.
Right. They said, okay, long. I mean, that's a long way to say. I just want to see the Ravens be healthy. I don't think, as long as everybody's healthy, I don't think they can mess this up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like they didn't get worse at coaching. Giro's probably, I won't say it's as bad as it can get. It can get worse, but I don't think they got worse with Todd Monken. Stay out of Lamar's way. Have a healthy team, which I think now that Harbaugh got rid of his other friend and he's not hurting everybody, that can be accomplished. Mm-hmm. And the only other thing I want to see is us sign DeAndre Hopkins. Let's just stop playing around with that. Okay, right. He's still out there. Isn't getting the offer that he wants. Go out there and give him the best offer he could possibly have, and sign him, man. Like that's the only other thing I want to see. But I don't think I'm not expecting no real surprises. Mm-hmm. Maybe a cornerback steps up or whatever, but that's about it. Stay healthy.
Okay. Anything for you, B?
No, tight 25. All right, we're already behind.
You guys didn't like my story, B? I told you that story.
I like the story. I read the story. I'm just saying it was a long story on a short show. All I want to see from the Ravens is them figure out their O-line and keep Lamar upright.
Yeah. Okay. I got that. For me, like you said, Jose, I just want to see health. I just want us to come out fully healthy, and get DeAndre Hopkins, re-sign Marcus Peters. It's still out there. I'm sorry, B. Marcus Peters is my guy, and that's what I want. I mean, we need some depth.
Didn't he sign already?
No, he hasn't signed yet. They're talking about him signing with the Raiders, but I don't think he signed yet.
He has not signed yet. Did you see the Baltimore or? Yes. Listen, I was supposed to went to that game yesterday.
Talking baseball in here.
I don't want to talk baseball, but he's talking about the purple jerseys because yesterday actually I was supposed to go there to get the purple jersey. I was going to get the purple jersey and just leave. I want to sit there and watch the game.
Oh, they're giving them away for free?
Yeah.
What's up, Mikey?
Oh, what up? Y'all got to excuse the noise. BET Awards is on, so somebody going crazy in my living room. So,
okay.
I'll be on mute a majority of the time when I ain't talking.
People still watch award shows?
You know how these people do.
Well, of course they did. How else were you going to see Chris Rock get slapped?
And I wasn't even watching when that happened.
Me neither.
What's up, Jazzy?
What's up, Jazzy?
Yolanda B's in the house. Is going on.
What's up, Yolanda?
The Wall 100. What's up?
100.
Hey,
so Mike, I told Bazel to hit you up about them shows. So
yeah, he hit me already. I saw Bazel. I'll get at you.
Bet. So Mike, is there anything that you're looking forward to the Ravens training camp coming up?
Man, I just wanted to be healthy, right? I am interested in seeing the rollout of the new offense. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep a close eye on the tight end room too, right? We've kind of forgotten about the tight end group because they improved the wide receiver room so much. But we do got a kid. Supposedly, I mean, we got to see what Kolar. we do have a we do got to see what Charlie Kolar has. I
forgot about him.
And if he is what they say, then that tight end room could be strong too. So I want to see how that pans out. And then of course, man, The offensive line, man. We know that left guard situation is something we got to keep a real close eye on. But other than that, man, I just want people to be healthy. Keep them healthy. I like what Clyde is saying. I hear this kid, Keaton Mitchell getting a lot of pub too. So, um, but yeah, man, keep him healthy. Let's stay healthy this year.
I like Keaton Mitchell. I actually watched one of his games earlier in the college season. He can play.
Yes, he can. And hopefully he does well for us. All right. So with training camp coming up and everything and the season about to be on the way, what do you think is most concerning for this team? Are you more concerned with the pass offense or the pass defense? I'll start with you, Mike.
Defense, right? Um, you know, I, even though we got a new offense coming in, but I feel like we are younger, and then we got some cats that ain't been here, Rocketson, folks like that. Even though MP struggled a little bit last year, we were comfortable with MP. So, um, you know, we lost Chuck Clark back there. I'm worried about that just a little bit. I feel like um, last year we may have been stronger depth wise there.
Right.
So I think one injury there we might be in trouble unless they plan on bringing somebody in. So I'm gonna say pass defense slightly right now.
Okay. What about you, Jose?
I'm going to say, well, B alluded to it. He said, the O line is the biggest issue. So I'm going to say pass offense because, like that left guard spot, I don't like that. Like five people are competing for it,
Right.
and we still have the op at right tackle, right? So
Iron sharpens iron,
right. So that's an issue right there, and also I don't think we got worse with Tom Lunkin, right?
Right.
But what kind of game plan are they going to run? That's my overall concern, and that goes up to John Harbaugh. Is he still going to try to play conservative, right? Are we going to open it up a little bit more so we're not as predictable? Like those are things I question on that side. Defense, I don't have any real concerns, right? I think we have some really good to top end play on all levels of defense. Secondary, you got Marcus Williams and Marlon Humphrey, right? And then linebacker, obviously we got Roquan Smith, one of the best in the league. And even at edge, we got Tyus Bowser, right? The other guys that we got to see what they can do, but I don't have any questions about Tyus Bowser really. So I think we have everything we need to get it done. And even if we don't have a strong number 2 corner, I think that defense as a unit will hold teams for the most part. So I don't have any real questions on that side.
Okay. How about you, Brady?
Definitely the pass defense for me. I don't have any questions about Lamar being able to keep that pass offense going. You've seen him do it with far less talent, both on the O line and at wide receiver. So I'm not real concerned there. Secondary, they have a very talented secondary, but I'm concerned about their ability to get pressure on the quarterback, which will ultimately make the secondary break down. Also, at number 2 corner, because Marcus Peters ain't coming back, we don't know how that spot is gonna work out this season. I mean, I like Rocky saying, but it's still a question mark, and they don't have quality depth at corner
that we know of yet. Because we got to see how Pepe Williams and Jalen Armour Davis do.
Yeah, look, I'm until further notice, it's not quality depth.
Yes,
because we've seen them play and they did not play well. So
yes, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna have to agree with you, Rodney. At first, I thought it was going to be the pass offense, being with the offensive line, being in flux, and we don't know what we're going to get, if we're going to get a healthy Bateman, if we're going to get a healthy OBJ, if we're going to get part-time Nelson Aguilar. But I think I have switched my thought to it going over to the pass defense because, like you said, yes, we have players at every level, but we don't have a consistent enough pass rush to overcome cornerback CB3, CB4, CB2, possibly. Because even with Marcus Peters last year and Brandon Stevens, teams attacked them and were very successful. I just think it was just for the fact that these offensive coordinators didn't stick with it is why we didn't get exposed as much. Also, I'm not sure what we're going to get from Kyle Hamilton. Not to say that he's a bad player, but I just don't know what position he's going to play. Is he going to play box safety? I don't know what I'm getting from him in coverage if he has to cover, because Chuck Clark's not here anymore. He may have a different role with the team. So until we get in the training camp and see actually what his role is, I don't know what we're getting from him. I think we've seen what Pepe has to give. I think we've seen what Jalen Armour Davis has to give. Can they get better? I do believe so. But once you start getting injured on the bench, I have a couple questions for you. Like, how you get hurt on the bench? You weren't playing.
Yeah. Look, like I said, I'm taking the same mentality towards the defense as we've taken towards the offense since
Okay, that's fair.
Since the late 1990s, right? Like, listen, we got enough on that side. Okay, like we drafted some guys and we just need to give them an opportunity. Okay, Jalen Armour Davis and Pepe Williams. Right, they just need look. Okay, they took their lumps, but listen, you didn't draft first round corners, right? They were drafted in the 4th round, so they're gonna look bad at first. Let them play through it, let them learn, and let them get better. That's my take on it. I don't care if you don't go and get anybody else. I don't care if you don't go and get another edge rusher, right? If it means sacrificing on offense, because I want D-Hop. So if it means one or the other, and it doesn't have to be that way. But if it's one or the other, then get D-Hop on offense and let the defense do what they do. You spent the 1st round pick on Owe. You spent a 2nd round pick on Ojabo. So make them boys play.
This is facts. What did I say that I was hating on Hamilton, Brady? I just said I don't know what position. I just don't know where he's going to play. That's all I said was I don't know where he's going to play. How is that hating?
I mean, I ain't saying nothing about Ojabo or anybody. It was just all Hamilton.
No, I said no. First and foremost, I said I don't know.
And I don't know if you know this, but he was the best defensive rookie in the league last year.
But I didn't say anything bad about him. I said the pass rush. First, I started off with the pass rush. We're missing that. That's where I started.
Not missing that. Deflection is a common tactic with haters.
Now, who's keeping this going? You said a tight 25.
Right, exactly.
Listen. Y'all keeping it going. I'm out at 25 regardless. I don't care if we on topic 8 or topic 3. I'm be out.
Well, okay. Well, I guess we need to move on to the next topic then. So, start with you, Jose. Who do you think is one of the best available free agents that you can think of that can help the Ravens in their path to the Super Bowl?
Oh, D-Hop. I've said his name like 8 times already. But listen, it's D-Hop.
Okay.
That's the answer. If we are looking to bring in any other free agent, we need to focus all of our mental energy towards D-Hop. Okay? Don't talk about anybody else. There are other guys out there. Don't even mention the name. D-Hop. Okay? We have put it somehow it has magically worked this offseason that we had like this organization has channeled their energy towards the offense, okay, in a way they've never done before. So keep it going a little bit more. Get D-Hop.
Okay. How about you, Mike?
That's right, man. Look, I've been saying D-Hop I've been singing D-Hop for the last 2 months. But if I had to name somebody outside of D-Hop, maybe Clowney. Some type of help on the defensive line.
Yannick
/ pass rush. He's there. Yannick is there. But listen, D-Hop would be amazing, and then you get D-Hop and look, and then the rest y'all got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you got to figure it out. Okay. So, but yeah, man, I want to see D-Hop.
What would be the case to not get D-Hop?
We have too many wide receivers as is.
False.
That's what the people say.
Yeah, it's false.
That's what they would say.
That's what I was thinking.
But I think keep an eye on this Bateman situation too. We know that we can't trust John Harbaugh, right?
Facts.
We know we can't trust him when it comes to injuries. So, it is a little ironic that D-Hop ain't signed, right? By now, I thought he would have been signed by now. which gives them that means they still have a fighter's chance if he's still out there. But I'd keep an eye on that Bateman situation. But it's no excuse. I don't care how many wide receivers you have. If you can get them, you get them.
You don't have
Jonathan.
D-Hop.
All right, Jonathan Watson says we got D-Hop at home. Laquan Treadwell.
He said Lawson Treadwell.
You know what? And I forgot that we signed him.
Know about Laquan Treadwell, the fact that his name ain't in the dictionary on that keyboard. And he's been in the league for like 5 years.
Yeah, that is true. And he was the number one first round pick.
Yes, he was.
How about you, B? Any available free agents?
DeAndre and Dalvin. If we're gonna extend it, then Saquon, so they have a home run hitter on offense.
Yeah.
Saquon.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, I'll take DeAndre Hopkins all day. I've been pining for him since he was rumored to be traded. But Dalvin Cook actually came out of his mouth, was like, I'm watching to see where he goes. Because wherever D-Hop goes, I may try to go in that direction as well because I want to play with him. So
and they all want to play with Lamar. So,
yes.
So can you
imagine?
imagine?
What are we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? This is the year they need to go for it. All right? Get the talent, have those expectations, let those talented players, go off. What up?
What's going on? Oh, yeah, I don't understand why they keep saying we would have too much talent. It would upset the younger players. Who cares?
I don't care about their feelings.
Young players are already upset.
All right, isn't the goal to win a Super Bowl? Aren't we supposed to be putting everything and all our energy into winning a Super Bowl, not kind of coddling players?
This isn't group therapy, right? You ain't here to coddle your feelings.
What are you worried about?
Yeah.
I mean, Bateman and Dobbins have already made their opinions public about how they feel about being in Baltimore.
Look, I love Dobbins. I get the homerism, right? I get it. You guys know I love J.K. Dobbins. I'm that guy that says give him the ball more. He wants it, give it to him.
Right.
He ain't Saquon Barkley. He ain't Dalvin Cook. Right? If we brought both of those guys in, J.K. can go, Gus can go, Justice can go. You can clear that whole room.
Everybody.
You can clear that whole room. All right? I want better. Same thing. Look, man, getting D-Hop, saying no to D-Hop because we had too many wide receivers. No, that's what you say when we're going to get somebody that's mid, right? You get another Nelson Aguilar type of wide receiver. Then you can say, you can say, yeah, we got too many of those. But D-Hop will be our number one. Okay. And listen, you can have all the faith in the world with Rashad Bateman. I do. I like Rashad Bateman's potential still, but he hasn't done anything.
Y'all keep talking bad on Nelson Aguilar, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he is the wide receiver on the team with the most recent season above 800 yards.
This is maybe true.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good. He's gonna have a good season for the fourth wide receiver spot.
All the money didn't go to OBJ. They added a lot of void years onto that deal, so his cap hit is much lower than what it appears. And they can make room for D-Hop and Dalvin if they want to.
Yes. And to Rave Kingdom, they can go get another defensive tackle if need be. Because, listen, I'm not sold on Michael Pierce. I've never been sold on Michael Pierce. Matabike, I really don't know what we got in him because he's never really played that many snaps for a full season. I like Broderick Washington. And Travis Jones, I don't know.
I'm sold on Michael Pierce. I'm not sold on his knees. He can play. There's no question about that. He can play. He just doesn't stay healthy.
His durability is what's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the concerns. Moving on to the next topic. So the Detroit Lions, they went out and got new helmets. I don't know what you gentlemen actually think of this.
Trash.
Some people said it looked like a fourth grader drew it.
It does. Like, why did you change the lion?
That's what their logo used to look like, and then they changed it because it looked like trash, and now they're like everything old is new again.
Let's bring it back. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's for the Ford, the old Ford Mustangs.
It's just an alternate helmet, though. It's not like they're.
It is, but it brought me to ask the question: do you think that the Ravens should start doing something with their logo? Because we've really only had two logos in 27 years, and it's not much variety. I think they should at least try something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there are 32 teams in the league that could benefit from revisiting their uniform design. I don't think they do it anywhere near often enough. I mean, we always bring up soccer when we talk about getting rid of the draft and getting rid of the cap and adding relegation and all that. Soccer teams redo their uniforms every single season, and it's a whole big deal. Them revealing their kits for the upcoming year.
I like
the
that.
NFL could do something similar.
I like that.
It wouldn't have to be that often, but why are you still just running out there with the yellow helmet with a big G on it?
But why not? That's what Oregon does for the football team, and
Yeah.
that's why people love them.
True.
They roll out like 5 uniforms every year.
Yeah.
That man Merlin.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, you bring in Nike, right? And this is what Nike is known to do. Like you said, Zay, with Oregon, and let them dudes have some fun. I mean, I know it's a little different than what they doing with college. I know there's some, the owners have to approve and this and all of that jazz that has to go down with letting Nike just have free reign. But I'm sure they can figure it out, right? As far as that helmet, maybe you kept the current line, but that helmet to me looks like the University of Kentucky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not really feeling it. But I've seen people do mock-ups of the Ravens with a purple helmet, maybe an all-white helmet or something like. Yeah, they need to do. It's time to do something. Like do something to get the fan base excited. I mean, they always going. We all get excited over new looks. So, we got excited when they brought the black on black. That was cool, but it's time to do something a little different. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them do something else.
Indeed. All right, before we move on, Jose, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What are you doing on August 4th of this year?
August 4th, it's funny because I just let my job know. They're like, hey, you got any vacation coming up? I said, yes, August 4th. In fact, you should probably take off that day too because we are having the first annual Roundup meetup going down in Columbia, Maryland. Get your tickets. It's going to be happening at Bus Boys and Poets. A very good, nice, classy restaurant, okay, over there in the Mayweather district. Okay, so it's going to be food, drinks, adult beverages via cash bar. Okay, and we're going to be giving away prizes. All right, we're going to send you home with some goodie bags. It's going to be a lot of fun. You do not want to miss it. Get your tickets today.
Indeed. And speaking of giveaways, like I said in the last show, I am giving away one free ticket. One. But there are 2 requirements. 1, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and 2, you have to use the ticket if I give it to you. I'm not giving you a free ticket and you just letting it go to waste because somebody else could use it.
That's first of all, and I don't tell you how to do your thing, right? But we work together. We're a collective. We
right.
That's a big prize, right?
Okay.
So I would suggest,
Okay,
that they not only be subscribed to your show, but be subscribed to all shows of this circle here
of the Roundup.
In the Roundup. Maybe even a Patreon of all the shows. Any tier, but that's a big thing. A ticket to a Ravens game, bro,
and getting to go with Hendo.
Whoa.
Not the Ravens game for the
meetup.
Oh, my bad. All right, rewind. But you should be subscribed to all channels for that.
You should be subscribed.
Yes.
I thought, my bad. I forgot. That was hanging with Hendo last night. My bad. That's still in the works. I'm sorry. I kind of gave that out. For that one.
Right. Yeah. You got to be subscribed to everyone. That's a free ticket for the meet and greet. Now, what Mike's talking about is I may have an extra ticket for the Ravens Indianapolis Colts game, and I may take somebody with me, but I haven't figured out, the parameters if I were going to do that. But, just make sure that you subscribe to everybody else and get that free ticket to the meet and greet. It's going to be an excellent time. Come hang out with us. Also, I will be announcing the winner the first or middle of the first or second week in July. So make sure that you go subscribe to everybody here. I'll let you know what the parameters are. I don't know if it's going to be a question, a drawing, if I'm going to randomly do it, but somebody's going to get the free ticket.
500-word essay.
It's a little bit too much because I'm not reading.
I didn't say you had to read them. I was saying just to demonstrate their dedication.
Yeah, so make sure y'all come hang out with us, Coach Evans, Chris from Deep Cover Pod. It is going to be a really, really good time. All right, so next topic is, and this one had me reeling. Aaron Rodgers, he was in front of Congress and he's been pushing and lobbying for the pursuit to make psychedelic mushrooms legal. What do you gentlemen feel about this, Rodney?
I feel like Jets fans have got to be really nervous about what they're going to get from under center this year. my man has fully turned his attention away from quarterbacking the New York Jets. He's on to the next phase of his life. But look, my opinion on legalizing drugs is, that should probably be the case. I mean, if you're not going to be hurting anybody, then it doesn't matter what you're doing, right? It's the same thing with alcohol, right? Yeah, you can say that the drugs might cause somebody to cause harm to another person, kill another person, do whatever. But same thing with alcohol, and alcohol is just fine, apparently. So let people do what they want to do.
Facts. So AGE says, who cares about Rodgers? So my point of bringing this
Jets?
You're secondary?
So my point of bringing this up, AGE, it really had not much to do with Rodgers per se. It was more about the fact that this man is openly using drugs. Openly. And the NFL is not suspending him. But you've had players, you had statistics, you've had studies done for decades how marijuana actually helps these players heal. It's pain relief and all these other things. But of course, marijuana is kind of associated with a different kind of people. So it's really important that we keep that aspect away from it. The psychedelic portion of it, I mean, if you really want to delve into it, back in the 60s, the CIA, LSD, they're the ones that brought it over here from Europe to try to mind control people. So this is why I bring this up. It has nothing really to do with Rodgers, but just the connotations that it brings when it's certain people, certain kind of people, it's not important and it kind of gets brushed under the rug. How do you feel about this, Jose?
Well, just along what you're saying, right? There was a person in our circle that told us, I think it was like last year or something like that, this rumor that was going on, and like, this insider rumor that a certain player we know could have been using some certain drugs, right? And he told to us like it was going to be some shocking thing, and I said, so what, right? And like, oh well, I think it's a big deal. No, it's not. A player in their 20s with millions of dollars use drugs, use some recreational drugs. It gets no more normal than that, right? I'm like, so what? But Aaron Rodgers, this to me, yes, I think it goes to what you're saying. He openly uses this stuff. The league hasn't done anything yet, but what if this is him reacting to some news that, hey, maybe we're going to test you this year, right? Maybe we're going to be looking for specific drugs, and he's just trying to get ahead of it. Hey, if we make it legal, you know what I'm saying? I can fight that case. But yeah, I mean, we all know he's on shrooms. Those are things that he'll admit to. I'm sure he's on other things, right? And I don't know. I guess I don't really care. And if I'm a Jets fan, I wouldn't really care as long as it doesn't affect his play. But he hasn't looked. He looks like he's declining a little bit. So maybe you want him of clear mind when he's out there,
right? Because that 20-pound sled took him out. He pulled that 20 pounds and pulled that muscle. Yeah. How do you feel about this, Mike?
I don't know, man. Anytime you talk about psychedelic anything, I mean, I think I don't know much about it. I think from what I read, it can help depression. I think that's what he's trying to push. Right. But then it also has side effects where it can, cause hallucination and confusion and all kinds of stuff, right?
Make you sit in the dark room for 4 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but I'm with you, Hendo. I think, sitting there where you catch them, and I do think that we will see the talk of weed and use of marijuana, and the testing and stuff like that subside slowly but surely as we move on. But I agree with you, right? If you're going to trip on that, and this guy's clearly he's advocating for it, so he used it, right? Like you probably want to take a deeper look into the brother, right? You know what I mean? So, but that won't happen, And he's been open about what he does, and on his free time, and nothing's happened, right? He got caught. Didn't he get caught botching a COVID test? Or
Yeah, he was trying to deceive.
He took the vaccine.
Oh no,
he said he was immunized.
He was trying
to deceive people.
Yeah. So, and then they found out he really wasn't, and then nothing really happened.
And then he got COVID.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's a touchy subject. You got to be careful with stuff like that. But if it's benefits to it, there's a lot of benefits to some of this recreational stuff. So you gotta look into that and outweigh the side effects and downside of it. If it's gonna be a benefit, okay. But yeah, if I was the NFL, if this was Lamar Jackson,
we have a different story.
They will be at his front door right now, testing for any and everything. So, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Right. All right. Before we move on, Justin P said, "When's the fantasy league draft? I'm taking the title this year." Well, first and foremost, you have to sign up to Patreon, patreon.com/ROUG, and sign up to the West Baltimore tier if you want to contend for the belt. You have to be a patron. Now, for $5, you can sign up for the Pick'em League and possibly win you something like this.
Confirm that it is not plastic.
Kiss the ring. Oh yes, it's really heavy. But if you want, if this is what you want, Justin, if this is what you want, son,
that's half mine. Just want to point that out. That's half mine.
You have to sign up. So make sure patreon.com/RUG. Listen, if you're not certain about signing up for the Patreon, you feel a little uneasy, there are free trials for all of our patrons. Free trials. You get in, you get in the Discord, you talk, hang, do some things. And if you feel like you don't like it, just go about your day. No charge, no fuss, no muss. But if you like it, just come on over. Like Jose always says, if you got $5, just come
Look, check this out. Check this out. Okay. You all order Grubhub. I know you do, even though I strongly advise against it. Okay. Think about the service fee, the delivery fee, and then you got to give the tip. You done spent $25 just for them to bring you your food. That's a one-time thing. Okay.
You pay more money for them to bring it to you than the food actually costs.
Yes.
Listen, let me tell you, right before I start this stream, order from Island Cuisine. I'm like, I gotta get the stream ready. Order from Island Cuisine. They were going to charge me $10 to go a block and a half. I said, man, I come here.
Right, I go pick it up.
I'm gonna give you guys. See, look, we're also giving you some money saving tips here.
You on the dangerous street.
I'm gonna give you another tip. Okay, when you do go to pick up your food, right? When you do go to order inside, and they try to prompt you to leave a tip, you tell them, no, I need to sign up for the Rogue Pod West Baltimore tier, so you get no tip because you didn't do anything. Okay, I came in and picked up the food. Okay, you didn't bring it to me. You didn't deliver it to my house. You didn't bring it outside. You're doing your job. So I'm gonna save that money and give it to the Rogue Pod.
And by the way, look, I want to make it clear that I do tip, and I tip well.
Yes,
but
I do too.
I don't want to hear people talking about, oh, if you got enough money to eat out, you got enough money to tip. If you were really standing in solidarity with the waiters or waitresses, people in the food service industry, you would say, no, I'm not going to tip you. I'm going to force all these restaurant owners to actually pay you.
Well, I just want to be clear. The tip I'm not talking about not tipping waiters and waitresses.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it was just a reminder.
I'm talking about when you go to the register.
Yeah.
And they're like, would you like to leave a tip? What'd you do? Right? You didn't even take my card. I had to swipe that myself.
Made sure you got the food. Right? That bag right to you.
What in the Reservoir Dogs is going on right now? Like I don't understand right now.
We're helping.
You're here.
We're helping
people save money.
Chat on how on ways to save up some money to sign up for the Patreon tier.
Yeah. Listen, and don't fret. LBHT has a patron too, and you get to win stuff with their leagues as well. Because I won that too. That's not fair. I'm a Triple Crown winner.
I know he loves that plat because he's got so many fingerprints on it.
Yes, my kid, my granddaughter, she loves this plat. She loves this plat.
We're talking about a man who ordered himself rings and a belt after he won his league.
First, I
asked you. You were the one that suggested a ring.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I want to let you guys know. Mikey and I presented that ring. Mikey, myself, OTR Quan.
Yeah.
Presented that plaque at the mall. And let me tell you something. When he walked out, not only was he the happiest, I'm not sure what was blinging more, the plaque or his teeth. He was grinning so hard.
Yes,
but
indeed.
I can tell you, everybody was looking. Like the way the light was hitting that plaque,
he
had an extra pep in his step too.
I like how y'all met at the mall. Like y'all were like, "Nah, we're doing a business meeting."
It was a business.
Listen, it's happening.
First of all, AJ is my biggest hater. He wants people to beat me so bad.
We want to beat you so bad. We ain't got to tell Agent E. You got to tell us. We want to win.
We're gonna form up like Voltron on one team.
Wow.
To take it down if need be.
We're gonna share information.
So if
this league is not unified like that for that to happen.
It's not. It's a bunch of individuals. Rodney punking people. Like,
I can get people to give me their players.
That is factually correct.
We know.
If you gang up on me and still lose, it's gonna be the rain of Ruxin.
I mean, you got bounced in the first round in our league, so I don't think there's any.
I never watched the league.
Oh, second round. Okay, you act like you did. Did you win, Bradley? Did you win anything this year? Did you win anything this year?
You sitting here talking about how it's cool. You can bring all.
See how heated this gets.
You got bounced in the first round just going up against Doctor Strange. So I don't know what we really talking about here.
Why we gotta bring up old stuff?
Why you got to bring last year's belts and ring?
No, this year's because we don't have another champion yet, so it's not like I'm.
I have last year.
I know about the league. I know about the show. I never watched it.
His last year's right over here.
It's a wonderful show. It's a wonderful show.
I watched that one episode where Antonio Gates punched that dude in the hot tub.
Yes, that was
like episode 3 or something.
Something like that. Yeah. All right, moving on. But this, you know what? First, it's a good thing that you came here because maybe you can speak about this more than anyone else can. And I just thought that this was very interesting. Very interesting. So the NFL on Thursday, they conducted NHL conducted a jersey ban with practice jerseys because they were doing a lot of the LGBTQ. Yes, first. Thank you.
Wait, they're doing what?
They had LGBTIA
plus.
Plus,
yeah,
that's what confusing.
That's rough. That's rough for you.
Yeah, it was.
Just say Pride Month next time.
You can just say Pride.
But it was more than Pride Month though. It was just an ongoing thing. And some of their players are from foreign countries, and their religious beliefs are a little bit different than everybody else's. So they refused to wear the jerseys and made a big stink about it. So what happened is they're banning any type of jerseys, even for Black History Month, Women's Month, Hispanic Month, cancer, military appreciation. They're banning all practice jerseys. All practice jerseys because of this. So they're cutting off their nose to spite their face because a lot of this money was going to charities. And now these charities are going to suffer because you have a few individuals that feel uneasy about wearing something for warm-ups. They didn't even wear it for the whole game. It was just for the warm-ups. So first, like I said, you can speak to this more than anyone.
They're hypocrites, all of them, every single last one of them, because there is a brother set, Eric and Mark Stahl. They were like, this year we're not going to wear the Pride jerseys. We're Christians. We don't agree with the blah. The basic mumbo jumbo, right? Both of those men wore Pride jerseys 2 years ago, and then the prior year too. So what switch? Because they saw the other folks do it, right? Mm-hmm. They had no problem. They didn't. It's a warm up jersey. You warm up like 10 minutes. You take it off. You put on your other jersey and you move on. And they're using the guise of Christianity as an excuse because like my Christian beliefs messes everything up. But you work on Sunday. If you're so Christian, why are you working on Sunday? Shouldn't you be in church? If you're so Christian, right? You are a diehard Christian. If they were, I respect it, but they're not. They're liars. You so Christian, you working on Sunday. Why are you not in church? Why are you not in the name of the Lord on Sunday, the Lord's Day? No, but you're out at the ice rink working. But you're so Christian that you can't wear no raggedy like random themed jersey, but you working on Sunday. I'm very
I'll say
confused.
this, Paz. I don't care if they are diehard Christians, whatever. I'm not going for you using your religion as an excuse to be a bigot.
Yeah.
Like that's just
It's not happening. No,
So,
and his thing too. No, his thing too, man. It was like Hendo said, a lot of them were those they got auctioned off. They were signed. They were auctioned off thousands of dollars to charities, Native American charities, Black history charities, military charities. You're only wearing it for like 5-10 minutes,
Right.
and then you're done.
So I'll say this: if you are strong in your convictions, right? Because there are certain things that we might find. I ain't rocking that, right? I ain't rocking no jersey that has the Fraternal Order of Police on it, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I ain't wearing that shit, right? All right, but that's what the league decided is what's going down. I'll take my fine then, right? I ain't gotta make no big thing about it. I'm not gonna wear that. I'm just gonna wear my regular practice jersey. You can find me or whatever, and then that'd be that. You ain't gotta make a big show about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But this whole because is this because the two brothers don't want to wear it? Is that why?
No, it was a Philly dude, and I think like Igor Popinov. He's from Russia, and he said, "I don't want to wear this jersey. I don't want to wear this."
So
today.
so the league just decided.
Yeah, the league was like, and then a bunch of other players followed the suit and said, "I don't want to wear this. I don't want to wear that."
Take your fines then.
Yeah.
You could, because listen, unless it's truly offensive, right? Like, and that's what they got. That's where they have to ask themselves, like, am I being offended by this, right? Because if it offends you, I can understand. Like, no, I ain't rocking with that. If it's just well, I don't want to wear no gay stuff, whatever, right? You got man, look, you got to swallow that, man, right? Just be like, all right, look, whatever. It's just for practice, or don't, right? But don't make a big fuss about it. Take your fine, because again, now the league is saying we can't, we're not going to wear any of these other practice jerseys. But you're talking about it going to charity, but some of these organizations, like, they do business with the NHL, and they're gonna lose that business, right? You can't even put our logo, or you can't put us on your jerseys, but you want money from us? No. So yeah,
and then this thing, and then this thing, people were like saying, like, y'all wore military themed jerseys without hesitation. Y'all were cool with that. Nobody complained about that.
The military pays for that.
Yeah, like y'all were fine with that. Like y'all were fine, like, and people started asking people goes like, "Oh, so Igor, are you okay with America's involvement in your country?" Or like, and started asking him questions, but he was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Oh, but because you're fine wearing a military night theme, right? So you're okay with that, right?" So then it just started getting to a back and forth of like, which one of y'all is a hypocrite? Like, y'all are hypocrites. Like, what's going on here? Y'all, are you a hypocrite, or are you actually? If they actually believe this, and they're like, I don't believe, then fine, whatever, it's cool. You believe what you believe, but the thing is, it's kind of hard when y'all are flip flopping left and right. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to believe where you stand.
That's what I'm saying. Like people pick and choose their morals.
Yeah.
Pick and choose their values. If you do it quietly, unless you're trying to make a stand, right? But then stand on that, and be ready for the criticism. I'm cool either way. But if you just feel uncomfortable, it is what it is. You don't even have to explain it. I don't feel comfortable wearing it. I ain't gonna wear it, right? Fine, take your fine quietly. That's it. Thanks. Don't stand on your soapbox and say, I don't want to wear this. I shouldn't have to wear this. And then when people start asking you questions about it, you get uncomfortable. You don't want to answer the questions. Like, that's the type of thing that I can't stand, right? When people will say, "Oh, well, freedom of speech," right? People always want the freedom of speech when they want to say something hateful, or they want to say something disrespectful, right? Or they know it's going to be offensive. Oh, I should be allowed to say what I want to say. But when people say something back to you, then you want to go back to your safe space, right? Oh, I'm being attacked, I'm being ridiculed, or they're crucifying me. No, we just gave you the same energy.
Exactly.
Freedom of speech goes both ways. So
You can say whatever the hell you want. Say
Yeah.
whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. But don't get mad when someone calls you out on it and says what they want.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I got into this argument, about racial slurs. Say it. You can say it. Say it. Say it, man. Say whatever hell you say whatever racial slur you want. It's like I can say it's like, do it. But don't be surprised somebody punches you in your face.
Hey.
Don't be sad when you call
Actions
a black
have
dude the
consequences.
N-word to his face and he socks you in your jaw. Don't be mad.
He's a Soxy.
First is old man.
Ice-T had an album back in the day called Freedom of Speech. Just watch what you say.
Exactly. Like you can call me a Sandin word. You can do it. You can call me whenever you want. But don't get mad when I break my foot off in your ass.
Yeah, Little Legend's right. He's right.
Thanks. All right, let's move on.
Exactly.
Let's move on.
Oh,
All
man,
right.
By the way, on the
I'm
Jersey
sorry.
front,
My apologies.
on the Jersey front,
y'all did, y'all got that.
some of them jerseys they were pretty cool.
They
were
were
pretty dope.
There were
Not
some
gonna
nice
lie to you, man.
jerseys.
So some of them designs of the local artists that made, some of the military ones, some of the pride ones, some of the Native American appreciation, like some of the Black History ones. As a Jersey guy, they were pretty damn fly.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie to you, they're pretty dope.
Ain't
The colors,
nobody
the
gonna break their
accents.
stride.
Sorry, man.
Ain't nobody gonna slow him down.
Some of them were really awesome. Like I'm not gonna lie, like, as
He's got to
the
keep on
Jersey
moving.
perspective, I'm like, I like the combination of colors that were used, the way they use imagery.
Still,
Ferris, we're moving on.
Sorry, we're moving on.
We're gonna let Mike speak.
Y'all got it, bro. I can't. Well said by everybody on the panel.
Man, now I'm gonna skip the next segment now.
That was supposed to be a Tide 35. What's going on
It
here?
was, bruh.
Supposed to be 25. But,
All right, so really quickly, I'm just gonna go over this real quick. So, you out there watching and all the people on the replay, what do you expect from this channel? What do you want to see going forward? What are some of the things that you want us to do or changes that you think that we could implement that'll make this a little more engaging, a little more interesting? Just let me know. Hit me up in the community tab, wherever, on Twitter. Let me know what you think, and we'll get back to you. All right, so I'm sorry, Jose, you want to say something?
I mean, that's for all of us across the board.
I mean,
right?
Of course.
Yeah, you like we're all kind of trying out different things. Give us your feedback.
I'm sorry. I just want to say I agree with that comment.
I think that person's onto something.
Me and B have we have tried. We have tried to shorten the show, and it hasn't worked.
Somebody hacked B's
His account.
I got
They
someone
hacked
on
my
I
account
got,
so they can spit facts.
Jason's logging show.
I got something brewing on my channel.
Okay.
What you got,
Is
bro?
this something you can share right now, or you're saving it?
Time out.
Well, I
You say
mean,
what? I mean, this is
I gotta
live.
check.
you-
I gotta check. I gotta check.
what you
He's
bring
looking,
it up,
he's looking
if
for a
you
sound.
have-
He's looking for a sound. You're supposed to have these ready, Ferris.
No. I'm not looking for a sound, but I have to check with
He's
somebody.
looking
real
for
quick.
permission.
He's got. First of all, he's got to go to.
because he don't run things over there.
No, it's called. It's
He
a
be- he
collective.
be-
It's
Oh.
a
He
collective.
be putting
I'm
on a
sorry.
show in the Discord and whatnot, and like when we hanging out, but he don't run things over there.
He don't.
Man, shut
That's
up.
when we have certain conversations. He get real quiet, don't want to say nothing. Or is he on Wikipedia?
Hey, can y'all shut up? Jesus Christ.
Oh,
We are live.
Oh,
other
now
people
we
start
gotta be
talking
quiet.
now.
Oh, I see it.
All right.
You can't type and listen at the same time.
I am listening. I talk.
So-
Hey man, it's a collective, man. We communicate. We bounce ideas off each other. Not every channel is run by one person or just two people.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Wonder who
You only
talking
have to
about.
disagree with one person or talk to one person, Rodney.
Shuts-
I wonder who you're talking about.
Just your brother. That's the only person you have to talk to.
That's not
Uh-huh.
true. We have
Si-
we have a whole.
Sibling relationships are very complicated, Ferris.
Facts.
It's true. That's a good point.
And we have and our family also gives input.
Really?
Okay.
I mean, I'll take it, but
Well,
Accept
We-
it. Listen to it.
take it from my mom. You know, it's harsh sometimes, but
my mom's
take.
the biggest
Shout out
hater.
to your mom. Your mom's one.
Wait a minute. You said she's what?
The biggest hater.
She doesn't like us calling her a hater. but
She don't like the connotation
She is-
attached to that word, but
she is brutally honest. Let's just be real about that.
What is wrong with that?
we showed her our first logo, and she was like, "Get your money back."
That's exactly what I said. me and B were looking at each other like, yeah, that looks dope. Yeah, we like that. She was like, you need to
Not
get that
good, yo.
$30. We spent $30. She's like, you need to get that back.
I
I
guess
was like,
so.
we can. She was like, "You better get another one."
And we did.
She like the new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't like this. She didn't like the new one. We had. She wants to go back to the old one. She's like, I like the old one better.
Mm.
Yeah.
So me and Adelia got a new show on our channel.
Okay.
We're looking at days.
Asking Adelia for permission.
Right.
Huh? Because
That's
it's in the early
accurate.
stages, man. It's early stages. We playing stuff out.
No, that's
We're
cool.
playing stuff out, man. Gosh.
Yeah, Adelia runs the channel.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you know
mean,
what?
like,
Yeah,
what
yeah, she does. Yes. Okay, I'm
What's
not.
the
I'm
show?
not
Can you just tell us what it is?
I'm trying to tell the
please?
show. Bradley keep interrupting me. So, it's a new show.
Yo, wow.
Now I know how y'all feel.
Nah.
I,
Now
you
y'all
know what?
got
I
it.
apologize,
Nah,
everybody.
y'all got it.
I genuinely apologize. Yeah, good riddance.
What's the show?
It's called Open Table.
Okay.
All right. It's gonna be starring me and Adelia. It's kind of like a dinner, like a dinner type theme, right? It's now Seaton, Ferris and Adelia. We're gonna kind of do things where it's like, we're gonna introduce a show like, on today's menu we got a list of topics we're gonna talk about. It's a free flowing conversation. We have guests, me and her. I'm gonna dress up. I'm gonna wear a blazer and a tie, kind of like a semi-formal thing. You know what I mean? And we encourage our guests to wear that stuff. Like when you get invited to a dinner party. You know what I mean? You talk about life.
Are you gonna be business up top, party down bottom?
You're only gonna see the top. It's always business.
That's what I'm saying. That's all you need is business up top.
That's all you need. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man.
All right. Well, first,
All right.
you might as well finish telling them what else you have going on and where they can find you. You might as well do that.
You can find me every we had to take a little break this month because we got real busy, but every Fridays 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern is Good Friends Better Rivals. Me and Caleb talk NFC East, Giants, Cowboys, those are our teams. As well as we touch on the Commanders and the Eagles, because they're horrible franchises. As well as me and Adelia coming up, we're gonna do our rally episode is our Grand Slam tennis podcast where we talk about Grand Slams and certain major tournaments in the tennis season, like Indian Wells, and but coming up we got Wimbledon. We're gonna recap Roland Garros, which was the French Open, which is clay court season. And we're gonna talk about the crown jewel in tennis is Wimbledon. It is grass. It is England. It is elegance, and dressed to the nines. So we're gonna talk about that as well. And Monday, I am releasing one of my FIFA videos. I played FIFA, and I recorded the video separately for a special event in the game. It was the FA Cup Championship. I was in the title game with my creative team that I maneuvered into making to a better team, with money and savvy transfers, and we could get a title. So yeah, there's that.
All right, good to go. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to my man. Now, last topic. So last night on Hanging with Hendo, show for the patrons, we had a little discussion, and the discussion was the best television show of all time. And of course, there were only two to choose from. It has to be The Wire and Game of Thrones.
Mine's The Wire. You can take the Game of Thrones off of there.
Okay, so
I guess The Wire, huh?
it's just The Wire and The Wire.
There's 5 choices. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are your choices.
Those your top
Game
choices.
of Thrones. Game of Thrones took themselves out.
What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 7 and 8.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones
So what do you-
was Game of Thrones is Derrick Rose. Okay, start out fire. He looked like he's gonna be one of the greatest of all times, and then it hurt itself. Okay,
Towards ACL.
Yeah, it was never
I
the same.
wouldn't say all that. I mean, Derek was only good for a couple of years, then he had a long stretch of mediocre.
After he got hurt.
But I'm saying that's the opposite of Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was great for the majority, and then they stumbled at the finish line.
Yeah. I think like those
So the
last 3
Carmelo?
seasons. Listen. Go back and watch. Look, I told B this after they ran out of the book, right? Like the book is based off. It's based off the book Song of Ice and Fire. Those series, right? Everything
have
was
those
done.
books.
Yeah, everything was done pretty much according to what the book was, right? Even their dialogue just came straight out of the book. I was like, damn, they didn't have to do any writing for this. But if you read those books, George R.R. Martin, he decided he's just gonna chill. He ain't put out the rest of the series, right? So they ran out of book. So the rest of it was, the showrunners trying to come up with everything, and it got worse from there. It started out okay, people kind of went with it, but if you go back and look at it now, you can see where it was a clear fall off, right? We kind of just let it go because we thought it was going to go somewhere, and I told you it wasn't going to go anywhere. It's going to get worse because they don't know what they're doing, and all they did was try to add every what do you call it, the fan theory and all that stuff to it, and it brought the show down, but it did gradually get worse. After,
but it was still great up until the end. Like it wasn't as great as the earlier seasons, but it was still a great show. Season 8 was an absolute circus, but it was still a even season 7. I will say season 7 wasn't great, but it was still very good.
Yeah,
but
it had a great episode.
Season 8 was where it really all fell apart.
There are only 2 things that they did better than the book. One was when the White Walkers attacked.
Mike hasn't watched it yet. Mike's gonna watch it.
They tried to convince me to watch it last night.
We did.
We're not spoiling. When the White Walkers attacked that village with Snow and the rest of his crew.
Hardhome.
Right? Yeah, Hardhome. That scene that doesn't actually. I mean, it happens in the book, but it's not described like that. And John isn't there when it happens in the book.
Reg. Reg.
Please, Reg, enlighten us.
Let me ask.
If he says
the other thing that they do better is Brienne versus the Hound.
Okay.
How many people?
That does not happen in the book.
35, 30 something.
How many?
35. How many people in here?
Like 30.
28.
Okay, out of 28 people, I need all of y'all to answer if you've seen Game of Thrones. And I got to see if I'm the only person in here that has not seen it.
And man, I was on Twitter today, bro. You know what somebody said? Somebody said Power over the Wire. I almost flipped out, man.
No.
I didn't even finish watching the first season of Power.
No, and then their defense was like, man, your opinion, my opinion. It is what it is.
Well, that deserves
a bad
block.
opinion.
That deserves somebody getting blocked if they say that. And I like Power.
Chris,
Breaking Bad is a good choice too.
Okay, Chris. All right, Chris.
I've only seen season
Jared.
of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, my man Jared. Okay, I don't feel bad. Okay.
Do you guys have HBO? Do they have HBO?
Listen,
some people haven't watched it because they never had.
Not
HBO.
the new one. We're talking about the original one, not
the original.
Dragon, whatever.
Yeah,
House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I can't blame y'all because it took me 3 years and 6 tries to watch Game of Thrones. After like the first 3 episodes, the dude that I connected most with really disappointed, and I just kept watching it. And it took a while, but once
Who's the dude?
Ed Stark.
Oh,
yeah. After I got past that and I actually sat down and watched it, I couldn't stop. I was hooked.
I read the book first. When they cut my man, I should say because Mikey.
Yeah, we can't talk about Game of Thrones.
Okay.
They had 3 seasons.
No, they weren't, Chris.
No.
I mean, okay. Look, I don't want to.
The intro was great. The intro was amazing.
Power was good. Power was good. It's not on the Wire's level, but it was. Power was a good show. If you can accept that it's not on the level of Power and you don't compare it, then you'll be able to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, man, because at some points of Power, it was just ridiculous. Like there was one moment where a homie like shoots up a high rise and nobody says anything. I'm like, excuse me, what's going on here?
All I'm gonna say is,
and no offense, you can't be the U.S. government like that.
I don't think
never
it's
happens.
anybody in this chat that's comparing Power to The Wire. But how do you skip Snowfall and go to Power if you're gonna make that comparison? Snowfall isn't The Wire either, by the way, but much better than Power.
I've only seen season 1 of Snowfall.
Excellent show.
That was I have.
Kind of threw me off when they went to
haven't seen
Oakland
it
and
yet.
met the crack wizard.
Excellent show. Trust me, it's
I
an
heard it
excellent
was
show.
good though.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
RZA,
Did
by the way.
Big, did
RZA
Big
was the
Red
crack
say what's
wizard.
better?
Yes,
Did
yes.
he say which? Did he disagree with the two shows? He say which one is better?
He said Breaking Bad.
Did he?
Oh, he said
That's-
Breaking Bad.
That's what
Oh,
Reg
was that
said?
somebody else? Did somebody
No,
say
that was
No,
somebody else.
Reg hasn't said the show.
Yeah, we still waiting on your number one show.
Well, who is it, Reg? If Reg say something stupid, I swear to God.
He said anything containing these gentlemen on screen and in the Discord.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I like
Listen,
what you.
Reg.
I like what
Okay,
you
sir.
did there.
I like
That's
you,
flattering.
Reg, and I appreciate all the support. Don't suck up.
I like what you did, Reg.
I like that.
Yes, living legend, the crack wizard. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wizard.
Oh no.
What? One session? You people exist?
Oh,
It's
no.
okay.
Now, Game
It's
of
okay.
Thrones.
One. It's okay.
it's cool.
One.
It's all right. It's an older show
Look,
now. You're
Go
gonna
go
get-
and watch it. I'm saying start, and you had a people like you is perfect, right? You haven't seen it, so you can actually watch all 5 seasons all the way through. Sort of like Hendo, right? I got into he got into Game of Thrones late. I actually got into The Wire season 4.
Me too.
Right? I got into The Wire season 4. This is when you could buy box sets. I love season 4 so much. I went and bought seasons 1, 2, and 3 as a box set. So I was kind of watching season 4 and then watching the first 3 seasons at the same time. So you can watch all 5 at the same time. So you're in a good spot there.
Hey man, no, them box sets, bro. Man, I want them so bad. They're like $100.
Yeah, I think
They know people love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know, man. They know people love it.
All right, so
What
I
man?
guess
What
it's-
other TV shows y'all like growing up, or not growing up? Growing up like now, it doesn't matter.
Somebody mentioned
Scrubs.
Breaking Bad. I like that a lot. And Better Call Saul.
But
Both.
Better
heard
Call
that was
Saul
good.
did something. Nah, I thought it could never do. Like you're talking about a prequel to allegedly one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and people say it's some people say it's better or minimum on par with Breaking Bad. And I'm like, yo, whoever Vince Gilligan.
And
did the impossible.
looking back, they might be right. Might be on par with it, man.
Yeah.
All right.
The minimum is it's on par. Minimum is on par. Like they're both the same. And some people say it's slightly better.
I think
Some
Better
people,
Call
not
Saul
all,
is
but some.
better. Because there were, there's issues with Breaking Bad that are just, I mean, obviously the premise in itself is a little bit ridiculous, but like Walter White going from being just a high school chemistry teacher to being the most badass drug dealer, walking, it's ridiculous. And the way he got out of all those situations is also ridiculous. It was very, very entertaining. But I mean,
First a minute, that's
I
what
don't-
happened in
Walter
the
White's
show?
career would have been over the
You never
first
seen the
time
show?
he met Tuco.
No. I listen. When I saw
So-
Breaking Bad, all I saw was the father from Malcolm in the Middle. It was like, no, thank you.
Oh, he's
So
a phenomenal actor.
I want to say this, B.
Bryan Cranston's pretty good.
They're I'm not sure if the show's based off of this, but there is a real life situation like that where a teacher became a drug
I'm
dealer.
sure it's happened.
not
I'm just
not
saying,
not to the level of
that's what I mean. Like
Kingpin.
he's doing, he walked into a drug den and threw down his little chemistry rock, and then nothing like he was
Nobody
like a
shot him.
ninja. He was like a ninja throwing down a smoke bomb, and then it was all good.
yeah, but
Right?
you're gonna
Like,
have
it's
some of that
just-
for jumped up for TV.
I
think-
think you can, but what I'm saying is it was over the top ridiculous. You don't have to be over the top like that. I mean, it was
Narcos?
Not
still
everything.
good,
Everything wasn't over the
Narcos.
top like that. They had some
I
ones
didn't
like
say
that. But
everything was. I said some
Oh,
things.
I understand, but what I'm trying to
That's what I'm
say,
saying.
yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. But what I'm saying is, like, I think I would still put Breaking Bad over Better Call Saul because for when it came out, like all like the big moments, right? Like Better Call Saul didn't have those type of moments
Mhm.
that Breaking Bad had that made the show memorable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
but
no, for sure.
all the way through, I mean, Better Call Saul was. I mean, to tell another story within that Breaking Bad story that's connected, like directly connected to it, that was amazing to do.
Mhm.
Narcos,
You know what
guys.
else
Y'all watch Narcos?
Narcos is
No.
another
You
one.
know what else I haven't
Narcos is
seen?
great.
What?
I've never seen Sopranos.
It doesn't really hold up as well.
Nah,
Really? Because people
It's
say,
still
"Oh, it's the
good.
greatest."
It's still good, but it doesn't hold up as well.
watch Narcos though.
No, my teacher was a big fan, so I started watching it. And I'm on like season 4. It's cool. I like it. And there's certain moments where I'm like, oh, that shit was awesome. But most of the time, it's kind of like
It seems kind of cartoonish now.
For Sopranos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I personally still prefer The Wire because when I first watched The Wire, one of my customers recommended it to me, and I watched it, and I watched it in like less than a weekend. Also, too, man, Narcos guys. There's points in Narcos where you're like, I know this is based on a true story, but that never happened. That never happened ever. And then they cut to like real life footage of it actually happened, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
What? Like literally, Mark, they're Mike, guys who's never seen Narcos, that and Mexico, both.
Yeah.
Great shows, man. There's just moments where you're like, that never happened. That's dumb. That never happened. Real life footage from 1984, and you're like, what? That actually happened? You're like, that happened. That happened. You're like, that's insane. That's insane, bro. That's insane. And the lore of Pablo Escobar just like he actually did that, like for real. Like there's a story. I don't think it's gonna like, ruin the show. But there's a story where he was a wanted man, so to drive around Colombia, he would hop in the trunk of cars, and they would drive him around. And then they would park in an alley, open the trunk, and he would hop into another trunk and drive away.
Yeah.
And you're like, how is that real? It was real. It's insane.
Indeed.
Watch Narcos, guys.
My favorite.
I haven't seen Narcos. I gotta check that.
Watch it, Mike. Watch it, Mike. It's hilarious. And literally in the opening scene, you see how great the guy who played Pablo is, because he has this one scene where it's just him. It's a monologue of him, and you're like, oh snap, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And it's dope as hell, man. It's dope as hell. And it's hell funny watching the Mexico version where they're talking about like weed. They're like, weed is gonna ruin the world. It's gonna ruin the world. And you're like, it's like it's like funny as shit. You're like, well, not everybody smoking shit. You know what I mean? Like you forget, like in the 80s, it was like death. Like, like weed was crack.
Well, that was a campaign they were trying to run. There was a war, they had a war on drugs.
Yeah.
So
first, some of us don't forget because we lived it.
Sorry, my bad. I don't assume that you're like 75, Hendo. I apologize for thinking you're young. My bad.
Don't assume that you can do.
I wasn't talking about me. I could have been talking about somebody else on the screen.
Why are you calling everybody else old? It's crazy, dog.
All right, listen, we've been here for an hour and 12 minutes.
That gray in Jose's
listen,
beard
this was
died.
supposed to be 25 minutes.
Actually 25.
But
yes, facts.
We all have facts.
Time flies by when you're having so much fun.
I know.
Facts. This is facts. But I need to go eat. So we're about to get up out of here. So Mike, would you let the people know what you got going on, brother?
Man, so look, I just have a show called Open Mic with OTR Mike. That is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, man. No matter who it is, what it is, or where it is, or no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. Yeah, I think it's no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. One of those, right?
I'll check the shirt.
But yeah, I gotta wait for it to come. But yeah, so man, if you haven't subscribed already, man, go over there and subscribe, man. We did a live stream today, telling you guys about, the first time I was called OG, right, and how it made me feel, right. So going over there, the live version, or it was a live stream today, which is available. The audio side will be available tomorrow morning. And I am also 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast, man, the best boxing podcast on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to that already, please do so. And look, you don't have to be a big boxing fan for you to be able to check out the content, man. We got stuff there to help you guys along the way and hopefully give you guys an appreciation to the sport of boxing. It might be something else you fall in love with. So go over there to Ring Kings podcast. And I also do the show with my two brothers on the screen, Brodney and Jose. So yeah, man, go subscribe over there as well. Hendo, thanks again for having your boy on.
Great Edward Berlanga video, guys.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Great video.
Jose, if you could let the people know what you got going on.
Yes, me and B are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live stream every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and we follow it up with the Overtime Show, which you can find on patreon.com/LBHT Show. And like Mike, you mentioned, the three of us do Ring Kings podcast, and like Ferris mentioned, we just put out a video on Edgar Belango, who just had a fight last night. Solid victory for him, solid win. Okay. We do a lot of spotlighting for young up and coming fighters, and try to answer those questions that casual fans might have, and it's a lot of fun. So check it out, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT Show and at Ring Kings Pod.
All right, you want to add anything, Rodney?
Nope.
I'd appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Make sure tomorrow night, 9 p.m., you can check myself, Jose, Brodney, Mike, Chris just joking, and Coach Evans on Sip the Tally with the Ravens Roundup.
No, man, because there isn't even basketball to talk about now. Like, what? What's going on? What's going?
Call-in show, baby.
Nah, they don't deserve that. They don't deserve that. Listen,
that's what was cool,
right?
But they don't deserve
it. It leads the show.
Raven show.
Okay, so I guess you didn't see my show Friday, then Mike.
No,
you might have missed it. You might have missed it because I did a show Friday, and I had to let the people know because every week we do the haterade of the week, and this week the haterade was them. It was them. Because they said they wanted to buy tickets to the meet and greet. They said they wanted to meet us and hang out and do all these wonderful things, but they haven't bought the tickets. They're the haters of the week. So
I got you.
Do they deserve to have a call-in show with us?
I have faith.
No, they didn't hit any of the subscriber goals either.
Nope.
I told you guys July is the month you're going to see an uptick on everything. I've been saying it back. I've been saying behind the scenes. July is going to be the month because it was far out. But as we get closer to the event, everybody's going to start, racking up those tickets. So,
okay,
I have faith. Don't make me look bad.
Don't make Jose look bad. Listen, if you want more boxing, Ring Kings
podcast, where we talk boxing. I mean, we talk a little bit on the LBHT show during the Combat Corner, but Ring Kings podcast is dedicated to boxing. So go and subscribe.
Facts.
You want some boxing talk? My nephews David and Jacob are about to be superstars.
Those are my boys.
Okay.
They're taking some boxing lessons from our other nephew who teaches boxing.
That's what's up.
Hey man, you saw that video of Floyd with his grandson?
Yeah, his grandson up there.
Oh god.
Oh, he's gonna be a terror.
He gonna be beating his dad. You know what?
That's probably what Floyd's training him for.
Absolutely, man, because his dad put out that stupid video.
Oh, what video?
So you know how like a Gotti's sister came out and called like Floyd and his family a bunch of animals and mother lovers and shit. Then he's like, "Hey yo, Miss Gotti, I respect your dad, blah da 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 da, shout out to y'all." And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? How about you just stay out of it, bro?
Yeah.
Talk about sports wrestling. I can't do that. All right, listen, we about to get about here.
I couldn't finish the video too because I'm just like, this is the dumbest video I've ever seen in my entire life.
I gotta do the show. But we will see y'all next time. We out.